Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, hi, my name is Natasha and it's fantastic to have you here. For today's video, we are unboxing and taking a look at the Mary Magdalene Oracle by Meggan Watterson, illustrations by moonjube. Hopefully I'm pronouncing everyone's names correctly. This is a 44 card deck and guidebook of Mary's Gospel and Legend, published by Hay House. This retails for $19.99 in the US and $25.99 in Canada. Thank you so much to Hay House for sending this deck our way. I am really intrigued to get to know this one. As always, in the description box below, I will link where you could legitimately purchase this deck should you want to. And whilst you're there, I do have a link tree that will provide you all of my social media, as well as my Etsy shop where I do private readings, and my Whatnot link where I sell my handmade ritual items and crocheted goodies. All right, let's get into this. Full disclosure, I have no real knowledge about Mary Magdalene, so this is just me showing you the deck. I have no actual knowledge to input on whether this is accurate. So let's learn together. The Mary Magdalene Oracle is about a vision of radical love that formed long before Christianity became a formal religion, long before Mary's gospel was excluded, destroyed, and buried. It's a vision of a beloved community that risked their lives to recognize each other as equals, innately worthy of love, no matter their status within the Roman Empire. And it's about a vision that Christ gave Mary to give to us then and now, to see less with the ego and more with the eye of the heart. In this stunning oracle, Harvard-trained feminist theologian Meggan Watterson leads us through Mary's lost teachings to integrate the profound love from her gospel into a daily spiritual practice. All right, let's get into it. All right, love has already won. Aww. Okay, there's the back of that. All right. Before we get into the cards, let's take a look at the guidebook here. We have table of contents. So introduction, the Mary Magdalene Oracle, works cited, and then about the author and the artist. I like that there's a works cited section. That's always intriguing for me because if I don't know anything about this subject, I can then go and see where else to dive into more info. So that's very cool. All right. The Mary Magdalene Oracle addresses a deep hunger so many of us feel to not only be able to know Mary's legends and secret teachings more intimately, but also then put the radical love that her gospel reveals into a daily practice. This oracle leads us card by card through the spiritual teachings of the Gospel of Mary, as well as pivotal moments in the legend of Mary's life. Each of the 44 cards reveals a key aspect of the spiritual transformation that ancient Christianity was so concerned to inspire within us, moving us from separation or ideas of the self as separate, represented in the 7 powers of the ego, to the ultimate freedom of remembering the soul. Interesting. Okay, so then it goes into the Gospel of Mary, and then Mary Magdalene information, and then the 7 powers. Okay. And then intersectional feminism. There's a lot of information here. Soul voice meditation, radical trust, the vision of this oracle. And then it goes into the card meanings. All right, I just want to check and see if there's any spreads. No spreads. All right, so let's get into this. And remember, I don't know anything about this, so I'm flying just by with what is given to us. So I do apologize if that is something that you were looking forward to me speaking on, but let's get into this. There's the back. It looks like it is a matte. There's a little bit of a gloss of reflection, but it's a matte. The cardstock is on the thinner side. Still snaps back. I'm not mad at this yet. And for the price point, not at all. And here we go. No borders. Interesting. Kind of more of like a collage art style. very pretty. I like the juxtaposition of the scenery and then the black and white figures. The first will be the last, and the last the first. One doesn't want to focus. Okay. It's a pretty deck. Very different than anything I own in the Oracle department. I'm excited to get to know the guidebook. As someone who is not involved in Christianity, this is hard for me to connect to in that regard, but I understand the theme that goes throughout the cards and the energy that it's about, so that's really cool. I like that. The whole point is to be human. I exist intensely. Ooh, I love that. Interesting. Oh, that's pretty. Yeah, a lot of these cards I really dig. I think they're awesome. Love the message behind them. I love that. I'm in good hands. Yeah, this is such a different deck. I am very intrigued. It's definitely something that I have to like read through the guidebook, all of the information, and learn a little bit more about, you know, Mary and all of that. But I mean, the fact that I can understand what's going on is saying something. And I don't feel alienated from the deck either as not being in the Christian realm. Like, I do feel like I can connect to it for its information and the message. So that's a great sign as well. So for those of you that want to like get connected to something different, but don't subscribe to any form of religion, this might be a great deck for you to do so. Yeah, it shuffles just fine. And this way too. Can I get a card to read, please? All right, we are going to read for the third power. Humility is my greatest strength. Okay, all right. Ignorance is our ultimate blind spot. It's the insular thought that we exist somehow as the lead role in a movie. The ego is directing. Ignorance is a profound lack of vision. It's an inability to actually see ourselves and the impact of our actions. There's a powerful exchange between desire and the soul in Mary's gospel. Desire in this dialogue is what the ego craves. It isn't the desire of the soul, it's the unconscious it is the unconscious needs of the ego. So this egoic desire says to the soul in Mary 9:2, quote, I did not see you go down, yet now I see you go up. Why do you lie since you belong to me? End quote. And the soul responds, quote, I saw you. You did not see me, nor did you know me. You mistook the garment I wore for my true self, and you did not recognize me. End quote. The ego thinks it is the true self, but the ego is actually only the garments or the layers of identity that the ego acquires. What's true is the soul beneath all of those egoic desires. What's true is what remains constant even as our egoic desires shift from one need to the next. The way to dismantle ignorance is to see through the constantly shifting desires of the ego. It's to see that egoic desires are like clouds in the sky, and the soul is the sky itself. We can try to see ignorance for what it is. It's not lasting. It's not permanent. It has the potential to be fleeting if we have the humility to ask, what is beneath this egoic desire? Humility is our greatest strength. If we can let the garments of the ego fall, we can see ourselves more fully and recognize what's lasting. And if we have the strength to be humble enough to understand that our ignorance is only human, then we get to experience the way that our forgiveness is also divine. Soul voice meditation. What am I ready to see that's deeper than this egoic desire? Very interesting. So this is not like a quick confirmation deck. This deck, to me anyway, is more of like a journaling deck. This is a deck that can be seen as a daily practice where you pull from it and meditate on the card and the information. This could be used as a healing deck, meditative deck, lots of ways to utilize it, but I don't see it as something that is a quick pull, you know what I mean? Like some decks, you can pull it and be like, awesome, this is the confirmation that I needed, or this was the daily message that I needed. This is like something you sit with and you meditate on and you do the soul work behind it. Very deep rooted messages here. So very interesting. I am excited to get to know this a little bit more here because like I said, I don't really have any background in this at all, but I do really appreciate the messages that are in this deck. I feel like those are universal. So if you are looking to have a more feminist approach to a deck, or a deck that makes you kind of break down your walls a little bit more, or if you want a deck that is geared toward more Christian quote unquote ideals, this might be for you. I think there's value to this, but like I said, it's something that I'm going to have to work with in order to kind of connect with it a little bit more. But I do really appreciate the messages here. But yeah, very much an intriguing deck. I would never have bought this for myself just because of the subject matter, but now that I see it, I think I'm going to have an interesting time getting to know it and like searching those depths within my own mind and heart and kind of see where I can connect with it that way. So with that being said, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I would love to know what your thoughts are with this deck. Do you own it? Is it something that you utilize every day, or is this for healing? Is this for shadow work? What do you use it for? And if you've made it this far in the video, drop a heart comment to let me know you have, or a heart emoji in the comments. And thank you so much to Hay House for sending this deck our way. I am so thankful. I still can't believe that you know who I am. So with that being said, thank you everyone for hanging out with me today. I love you and I like you. If you have not done so already, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell on your way out of this video. That way you will never miss an upload from me. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.